Hello, this video was brought to you by Bots. The Bots app makes automated trading accessible to everyone, utilizing pre-designed computer program algorithms to buy and sell assets based on established trading strategy. Once you've created a free account with Bots, you can choose a bot from the marketplace and make investments, easily manage your finances, and discover new information from the world of bots. If you've ever had an interest in cryptocurrency investments, then Bots is the place for you. It makes cryptocurrency investment and trading possible for everyone, no matter where they are located. Bots offers everyone an innovative, entry-level and scalable solution regardless of income level. Effectively, there's loads of different bots on there you'll see once you create your account, each with different trading strategies. Against each bot, you will see their performance and also their risk factor score as well. There's also charts in terms of which bots are performing the best, and when you click on each bot as well, you can see a little chart there and you can also see what they trade in and all the details surrounding that bot. It's perfect for someone like me because I am a very busy bee. I bang on about being busy non-stop, but I'm so busy I don't have time to fiddle around and create my own trading strategies. Bots just makes it so much easier. The app is free, and of course I will leave the link below. Go and give it a go right now in the App Store, download it right now and get in the mix and enjoy. Hello, welcome back to CGTV, and more specifically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to JE's Aventador SV. Now, I owe you all a bit of an explanation. This car, I heard you and I saw you. No, you can come back.
Didn't go how I wanted it to, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
So this car has not been on the channel very much, has it, James?
No, not enough. Not at all, apart from collection.
Apart from collection. We literally collected this car, and you guys and girls, you haven't seen it since. So no, it's not been crashed, but you got some explaining to be doing. Because it's not been on the channel.
No, it's not, but we haven't had a huge amount of time together. We've been extremely
James, we're going to get into that. Not just yet. We'll get into that. But there has been a legitimate explanation as to why you've not seen this thing, and we're going to go through your plans, so what you're going to do with it as well, because the future might not well be red, or orange, or bright, or whatever the phrase is. So, it's a very nice car, James. How long have you had it?
4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months. There's a very unpleasant number plate there. Picked out for you and found for you by
Reg Transfers, Tom.
Reg Transfers, James. And if you want a personalised plate, where should you go, James?
By the same notion, Reg Transfers, Tom.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So what colour is this? Rosso Beer, is it?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. I mean,
might be Rosso Beer, actually.
Not Rosso Mars, sure.
Not Rosso Mars. We don't like Rosso Mars, do we? I don't like Rosso Mars. I don't like.
Yeah.
I think it's not very nice. So this is a very nice car. Anyway, you've had it 4 or 5 months. It's not been on the channel. We're going to get into that, and we're going to explain why you have not used this, or albeit not filmed on my channell, James.
Yes. Distinction between the two, Tom.
Fire up then, please.
Okay, 10-4.
10-4, receiving.
Yeah, go ahead.
Over. You just can't be an SV, really, can you? Go, boy. Give her a tickle, boy. Christ. Bloody hell. I now am covered in fuel. No. Now, if you didn't pay attention to the collection video, this has actually got the Lamborghini race exhaust on it. It is a £9,000 option. Oh, there you go, you can stop shouting. There's actually a £9,000 option on this car. It's a very nicely spec car. James?
Yes, it's very nice to spec, Tom.
What I particularly enjoy, James, is the red centre locks. Anodised, with black calipers. Black calipers, because it just suits the line of the car so well to have black calipers on these things. It ruins the lines, it ruins the flow if you have big, brightly coloured, silly calipers behind there and silly coloured centre locks. You do one or the other, James, in my opinion.
I agree, Tom.
Okay, yeah. So, fine, should we go for a drive then?
Yeah, let's.
Should have ideally left it running, but that's fine.
Well, don't worry about it, Tom. It was warm when I got here anyway, so no one can moan. All right.
Warm, James, yes.
Yes, okay.
In the SV then. I think this is the first time I've been in this car driving on this channel since you've owned it.
I think you're probably right. I was going to say, it's not the first time you've been in it, but it's the first time you've recorded being in it.
That is a disgrace. That is an absolute disgrace. I do apologise to the viewers at home for not featuring this on the channel more. I don't know why it hasn't happened. So
I want to get your thoughts, because obviously I've owned an SV, you've got an SV. How do you find driving it? Have you been enjoying it? Do you like the car?
I like the car because I think you can't help but just smile every time you're in it. It's just funny.
Some of the time, yeah.
Yeah. But its usability obviously isn't quite what I've been used to.
Yep.
But that's no surprise. I'm not moaning, by the way, before people get angry. I'm not moaning. The usability isn't quite the refinement that I was used to in the Porsche, which was obviously the last stuff I had.
No.
But I knew it wasn't going to be, and I love it for being so outrageous. That I love that. I think it's amazing.
Yep.
But equally, it is a little bit obnoxious. And
it's perfect.
It's perfect, but unless you live in 60 acres of remote woodlands, anti-social driving, if you want to go early in the morning, come back late at night, whatever, you will start to make enemies.
Yeah, very true, James.
So, a couple of considerations, and that's a really boring one. But I love it. I don't think many cars compare to this for just absolute hell.
No, I think you're right, and obviously I had the carbon seats, which then put in the Performante, which are borderline unusable. They're some of the worst seats any manufacturer's put in any car ever.
Yeah.
They are appalling, but you've got the comfort seats, and I would say these are probably a must-have.
Honestly, and it's rare in an SV, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
And I was a bit unsure. I knew I wanted comfort seats, but obviously, like we always think, we want to think about resale value. But then, as I heard people were buying Perfs with bucket seats, selling them and re-speccing the same car with comfort, so I was like, no.
Yeah,
they're the seats to have.
And you sat in my SV and you realised that you were better off sat on the floor.
I'd rather lay on a spike of nails. I don't know.
Spike of nails. Yep, good, fine. So that said, are you holding on to it? What is your plan? Are you going to have this long term? Like, what's the vibe? And do you think, like, you know, money wise, do you think you're going to be in a good place when you come to get out of this? What's your thought process on that? You don't have to be bound by this. You know, you can change your mind.
Imagine walking the dog like that in the middle of the road. An A road with a dog. 10-4, go ahead. You're lucky I didn't mow you down.
That was absolutely ridiculous. You're literally doing 30 miles an hour as well, in a 40.
Yeah, it was just being chilled.
You're doing 10 miles an hour.
She wanted to hate me. That's the other thing. She saw a Lamborghini, she got angry instantly on the back foot.
If you were in a Mondeo, you'd have got left alone.
So anyway, that's where we are with it. But am I keeping it long-term stuff? Do you know what? I've been having a bit of an internal dilemma and debate with myself. And I think, if I'm fair to myself, I haven't used it a huge amount, because you'll vouch for this. It isn't the car you just get in and use. It's the car you think about where you're going and enjoy using. So it's not an everyday car. People say, well, I don't daily it. Well, you know why I don't daily it, because it's not
Get
daily.
your own is what I would say to that.
Exactly. And for the winter, I just don't think it's not got a huge amount of use in the summer. I don't think it's going to get a huge amount of use in the winter. It's not. I know it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
And the car market seems in a very, very strong place at the moment. And when you put those two things together, I think it makes sense for it to go, which kills me to say that, really.
I'm thinking about getting out of some, like one or two of my things as well, just because I think, what if you add up what they're going to cost me over the winter and the relative ease of coming out now, I don't know.
And I think one thing that people don't appreciate, they go, oh, but it's holding money. Well, it probably will still be the same money come next summer. But the point is, people don't factor in storage of a car. You can't park this on the road, so you've got to store it. It's not cheap. You've got to have it plugged in the whole time, so you've got to have access to power.
Yeah.
Or CS3 or something like that, which is fine, it's doable, but it's another thing to consider. C-Tech. Another year's ownership is another service, whether you use it or not. It needs to be serviced, needs to keep that up to date.
The services on these take the absolute piss.
So what's that? Another £3,000. And insurance, it's got to be insured.
It was nearly $4,000 for a big service on this, and then if you chuck a year's warranty, can you extend warranty on these?
You can. I don't know how much. I think it's about 4 or 5. I mean, honestly, if you did warranty, insurance, service for the year, you're probably locking up nearer 10 than you are £5,000. Of course you are.
Yeah, insurance and storage.
Even if the car didn't lose another penny.
Tax is 600 quid, 700 quid for the year.
I might go and get some fuel, because that's another thing about this, likes to drink.
Let alone if there's any repairs needed.
This is the point. So I think when you do it like that, those that follow us will know that Tom and I, we love cars, but we're also, well, I'm about the penny watch, but it's not about being tight, it's about being, for me, making informed decisions on cars. They're fun, they're amazing, but there's a good time and there's a bad time to hang on things. And I think for me, I've hit the kind of point where I think it makes sense. I don't even know what side the petrol tank on this is, but I think it's my right hand side.
Can you, and the other thing I always pose the question, can you truly love something that you know is financially kicking you up the bum? Because obviously you've got the interest on the finance as well.
Yeah, you don't factor that in.
6 to 8% depending on where you funded it and who the lender is and whatnot and your credit worthiness. Which again, on sort of, you know, a 200-300 grand loan, that's not funny over the course of a year, and that's obviously front loaded as well. So you could easily do another, I can't count, don't know,
That's
20,
the thing,
20 grand a year just in interest.
And when people say I didn't lose a penny on a car, the value of the car might not have changed, but they're not, it's like a gambler, never going to admit when they lose, but they'll admit when they win. You don't sit there and you go, oh, my car cost me nothing. It doesn't. It adds up when you think about it, doesn't it?
It really does, but I try not to do those sums.
No, but I just think in reality, I know in the winter, I might use it once a month in the winter, maximum.
Yeah.
And when you put it like that for 6 months, if it's costing you...
How many miles have you done in it, realistically?
400?
400 in...
4 or 5 months?
Right. I did 800 miles in my SV in 18 months. So you actually did better than it. Yeah, you're right.
Garage Queen.
Well, I've got 10, so...
Yeah, I know. That's not based. Come on. I'll be down to less if I get rid of it, so...
Good. Alright, fine.
That's right. Don't judge me. What do you think, though, importantly? What do you think? You know, the youngest brother, but by 2 minutes, you know?
I think you may as well just come out of it because you're not going to use it. You haven't really been using it. I wouldn't say it's been making you happy.
No, I love it when I get in it. And I said this to Archie the other day. I said, people don't understand it. Even if you go out for whatever, it doesn't even have to be a long drive. You just get in it and use it after a long day. You smile. People don't get it that aren't into cars. That's enough for me sometimes.
Yeah. No, I do get that.
You get it, yeah, of course.
Sometimes I'll work to the early hours and then I'll just go and get one of the cars out and just drive around for no reason.
This is what I mean. This is what I mean.
Oh yeah, it's kind of what
makes it all better.
Hard. Yeah. But I think also I felt very much at the end of my SV ownership that was an itch scratch.
Yeah.
I don't feel...
That's it.
I don't feel I need to go and do all that again. I don't feel I need to go and get an SVJ. In fact, I hate the SVJ. This is where the smart money is.
I think you're right.
The SVJ's terrible.
I think that's... I don't know. I know this isn't a hypercar, but I would say it's something outside of a supercar, between a supercar and a hypercar, in my head, in terms of the category it goes in. Yeah,
it is rare, and the design is just aging so well. It is looking better and better by the day.
But in terms of ownership as well, in terms of like if a supercar is relatively lower stress, I think it's a slightly higher stress ownership than a.
It is a bit more useless than a lot of cars. It's a bit more clunky and kind of enormous, and everything's kind of invisible from about ears backwards.
Yeah. So I think from that's what it's ticking for me. I've done that, I've scratched it, and it makes me value
Porsches.
Turbo, mate, honestly, people in the channel are going to say shut up. They hate me probably because all I bang on about is that car. But genuinely, having gone in this, yes, this is a better car, but Turbo S, I cannot beat it. If I got back in my Turbo S now, someone pulled up now and said have another drive, I'd say love it.
Yep.
And I know it's been one of your favourite cars as well.
Yeah, Turbo S, you can't beat it. No, not there on drama, but it is there on everything else. Right, good. So Lambo thing pretty much done. This will be going at some point, and it may well not be seen on the channel again. We did have some plans to do some drives and stuff, but realistically, you'll say you want road trip content, but you actually don't. The stats show that you don't want that. So
you definitely don't.
Not going to drive across Europe to make videos because it's not cost effective. And actually, when I do a road trip, the last thing I want to be doing is making videos. And you want to enjoy it.
I wouldn't want to take an SV.
Wouldn't want to do miles in this, really.
No.
Even with your comfort seats. Good. Next car, what are we thinking? What would you ideally say spring next year? Or are you going to get something silly for the winter?
I'm thinking about changing the long wheelbase for the winter, and I think there's only really one car that I would consider changing it to.
Right.
Which would be a G63, I think, in my head. I've looked at other options, but even then, I think the long wheelbase holds its own in its own respect. But might be time for change on that, like Uruses and stuff, but big money, big money, not comparable money. I
like G63s as well. I might replace my Vogue with one of those as well.
It's my only thing. So that's winter. Supercar for the winter. I won't be doing it.
No. All right, spring then. Supercar. What are you thinking?
I know what I want. I want to get back in a 992 Turbo S.
992 Turbo S.
Or depending on how it shapes up, 992 Targa GTS, or even a really nicely spec'd coupe GTS. 992. Because I just love the styling of the GTS. Turbo S is rapid, but I like the styling of the GTS.
Good luck with the 992 stuff. It's all very overly pumped. And 911s aren't that seasonal either, so don't expect a seasonal depression on them because everyone wants 911s all year round.
Yeah,
it's not like these things that have a little bit of a kick over the winter.
No, I know.
Yeah, everyone's...
But then if they're safe and I pay a pump and I sell it at a pump, then we pumpy pump.
Pumpy pump indeed. Or jump in a cancelled order. That's the way to do it a lot of the time. James.
Yes.
I've been being quite lucky, quite fortunate on a couple of occasions. Good. All right. I'm going to leave it. I'm absolutely starving. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Good to chat. Good to share your plans and your.
I'll be back on the channel more, Tom. You won't want it, but I'll be back on there.
Yeah, no, you're always welcome on the channel, and you're likely to do something impulse anyway, because this was a little bit impulse. This car,
was very impulse, yeah.
Just came out of the blue. So, despite all your plans that you just laid out, I suspect that
there'll be change.
There will not be anything like that.
Nope, and I'll annoy you with every single decision,
which is good. All right, well, thanks very much. Make sure you're following him on Instagram, because
more to come.
More followers you have, the more money you can make out of brand deals. Correct?
Yeah, I won't deny that, yeah. But just encourage me to get something stupid. I'm all ears.
Yeah, you do need to be a little bit more happy.
Well, SV, come on, mate. You can knock me. You can keep knocking me, but I can't really do much more than this boy.
You could try. Could have got the Roadster.
Oh, here we go. Anyway, on that note, I've got a fuel bill to pay and settle, no doubt. And 10-4, go ahead. Yeah, let's get some V-power.
Right, Michelle, holler at you, boy. See you later, guys.